Jackie's away. I apologize in advance. We are taking over. Stay tuned for episode 2, Downton Draggy, RuPaul's Drag Race UK recap coming up now.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Well, hello, everybody.
Yes, it's Sunday Fun Day.
Sunday Fun Day. Mom is not here to keep us in order. So
I know.
Let the games begin, ladies and gentlemen. And I think Ollie's been drinking, but don't quote me on that. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mark. You're fill-in for Jackie today, so I apologize for those people that don't are looking forward to Jackie. She's not here. So I'm here joined with the lovely and vivacious Ollie Dreamer.
I was waiting. You know what?
Jayla Rocks and Ollie Dreamer are
Hi.
here.
It's okay, we're both vivacious.
We are. We're vivacious together because we got the denim.
That's why we put you guys on that side together.
Yeah,
Gotta keep vivacious together.
I love it.
Vivacious and Ornacia.
That's right.
Yeah, that's going to be our thing for this whole season. I like it.
And in the booth is Vito. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Vito.
Hello, everyone.
Working the magic out there for us. So something was said on the episode today that we have queued up for you because I almost peed myself.
Oh my God. Well, don't do it here.
Who's Mark?
Wait, one more time,
Mark?
Vito.
Who's Mark?
Wow.
I'm making this into a song.
Yeah,
I've decided.
who is Mark though?
That is, I texted Raven when it happened. I was like, "Oh my God, girl!" And I told her, Raven, her response back to me was, "No one knows who that is, girl." I was like, "Urgh."
So that's going to be your shirt now.
That's going to be my shirt. Mark, who's Mark? I'm going to wear it at DragCon 2020. So we might work that into the show a little bit. Later in the show, we're really giving you some news about some YouTube channels, some series that are coming up. Something that I'm working on as well.
Okay.
So we'll get to that later in the show. What did you guys think of the episode, out of curiosity?
I'll let you go first, vivacious.
Oh, I thought I was Ornacia.
I'm Ornacia.
Was that Scaredy Cat?
Yeah.
I'm obviously Team Scaredy Cat, so I was bummed that she went home because I really want to see what she was going to bring,
Right.
the youngest queen and whatnot. But I think I loved and hated this episode just because it felt such downer. I loved hearing about something long story. I thought she was going to go home because that whole whenever they reveal
give your Emmy story. You're going home.
Yeah. So I don't know. I love something long. I didn't want her to go home, but it was just an interesting way how they kind of like formatted this episode. I didn't know who the freak was going home and who was staying. But yeah, it was. We'll see. I liked last week's episode better than this one.
Oh, okay.
This episode for me definitely makes me want to actually tune in and watch it. I laughed. I had a couple of chuckles and I had a couple of actual LOLs.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, they're off to a great start.
You know what's so funny to me is I feel like, you guys tell me what you think. I feel like it's kind of like beginning seasons of original.
I agree.
Right? I'm not feeling like it's these queens that are taking out loans to buy gowns to come on stage, and it doesn't bother me. Like I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying them be authentic to themselves and not trying to be something. And I think that's part of the problem with where Drag Race has gone, is that they're all trying to be something that they're not. By spending all this money and doing all this stuff to just have a pretty costume. It's like, just go be you. Because I so much more would rather see that. But I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I did laugh out loud multiple times as well.
What I really wanted was maybe a different format for Drag Race. I feel like since it's UK and since y'all informed me last episode, ain't nobody getting paid, I would do it like we all do every episode together. No one goes home, and it'll be a ranking system.
See, I've always thought that they should do it that way. That it should be everybody does every challenge, and you get
it'll
points.
Be a ranking system, kind of like The Biggest Loser.
Yeah.
So
Why did you look at me when you said that?
Right. I talk with my hands, and I'm kind of shifting on this side. You shifted us. Look, we share a camera, so.
And it wasn't that funny, Ollie.
It was really funny.
We share a camera, so I have to do my arm this way instead of whoosh in her face.
I would appreciate it if you did it the other way.
Well, The Biggest Loser.
We could be losers together.
I mean, that would be a great interesting format. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
Yes,
whatever.
please. Just a reminder from last week, Gothy Kendall left last week. She lip synced against Vinegar Strokes. The Vivian won the Maxi Challenge with her Queen Elizabeth look. And then she got her... she came in the room with her Rue Peter badge. I didn't realize they were actually going to get them.
Yeah, that's
so I thought
cute.
that was cute that they actually got them.
So that would go with the ranking. Like if you're number one for the week, you'll wear it and we'll share it. Like that kind of like Tyra Banks when she does the winner of the week. The picture on the wall. Or whatever the case may be. I don't know. BBC, I don't work for you, but if you steal my idea, my name is Jayla Rock. Just kidding.
And just so people who don't know the understanding, I had read this like a couple weeks ago when the first episode came out. Somebody had explained the Rue Peter badge is based on the Blue Peter badge, which was given out for a long-running children's series called Blue Peter. And those who had written into the series and achieved something, they would get the badge, and it would give you entry to a lot of UK attractions and stuff like that. So that's what the story is behind the Rue Peter badge, if you were wondering. The other word that was coming up a lot and actually was explained on the show was tuppence. Which they said comes from old twopence, which is where the actual word comes from. It means vagina.
Okay.
Now,
Ollie, put your tuppence away.
No, I wouldn't. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. No.
Mark. Who's Mark?
Ollie, before we go any further, will you tell people a little bit
about my tuppence?
About your tuppence and some other things.
Hey, y'all. Thank you for letting us be the ESPN of TV Talk. We really appreciate this. Every single Sunday I get to hang out with some of the best queens that I know in LA, and it means so much to us, and we love talking about it. You guys in the live chat, Tina, Fran, we see you.
Tina's in there.
Amy, all of y'all. We really appreciate it. Subscribe to our multiple channels. We're on the reality competition right now channel, and because we're talking about the queens of UK. And until then, thank you again for letting us be the ESPN of TV Talk, and just continue to tweet at us, subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends and family.
5 stars.
Yeah.
5-star review on iTunes. And
5 stars.
Don't we shout them out if they give us a 5-star?
We used to.
Well, we should.
We'll
we
give them a little tuppence.
And Jackie does the fan of the week. So next week when she's back, it's her husband's birthday. That's where she is. If you're wondering where she is. Happy birthday, Mr. Jackie. Sorry, he's gonna hit me.
Who's Mark?
Thank you. Thank you. That's what he's gonna say.
That's what Jackie's saying right now. Who's Mark?
Mark said happy.
So the mini challenge wasn't really a challenge, but what happened was the Brit crew came in. We got 2 of the Brit crew. I think it was AJ and Matt, if I'm not mistaken.
They have names.
Yeah.
They don't have shoes.
Was it Matt? No, Mitch.
Give
It
the
might be
pit
Mitch.
crew shoes.
Anyway.
Give the pit crew shoes. I keep saying that every
The
season.
floor looks so cold.
Even like a boot. I'd rather them like be in a boot with like a white
some
sock
like
or something.
sneakers.
Yeah, not
and
sneakers.
Some like high thigh socks.
Yeah,
If they were
something
going
like
to be the Brit crew, listen, hear me out here. Hear me out. If they were going to be the Brit crew, they would wear the tall things.
They did.
The changing of the guards.
Didn't they do the first episode?
The Queen's Guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they came out with a top and bottom sign. We didn't know where this was going, but then we quickly realized that Vivian, who won last week, was tasked with lining the girls up in order of her biggest competition. So the top being top of the leaderboard, bottom being bottom of the leaderboard, not Mark or Ollie.
Now, where would you fall? Now, where would you guys fall? Because we're talking about it.
I know we're not trying to bottom shame here on AfterBuzz TV.
I thought you were a top girl.
I mean, this is a different topic. So without bottoms, tops wouldn't have anything to top.
That's right. That's why I come.
Anyway.
So this is the order she lined them up. Vinegar. This is from top to bottom.
Okay.
Vinegar, Baga, Crystal, Davina, Something, Blue, Cheryl, Scaredy Cat. Scaredy Cat being the lowest on the totem pole. Were you surprised at anybody in that order when she lined them up?
Well, I still don't agree with Vivian winning last week.
Okay.
So I'm saying that, but wait.
Oh, there you go. Shade.
I was surprised Vinegar was, she thought Vinegar, well, I think Vinegar's really talented, but I was surprised, just judging by like last week, I'm surprised that
she did say, even though you were in the bottom last week.
Yeah, but I feel like
I'm worried.
Judge it on like the previous experience. Like,
Well, but
actually,
I think they know each other though too.
Yeah, but I wouldn't judge it. I'm kind of like her. Like, I wouldn't judge it based off of what you did last week. I'm judging it based off of what you can do this week.
Yeah.
So I don't care about the whole resume thing. Like, if you did good this week, you deserve to be in the good. Like, because they're not gonna pick somebody from what you did last week.
Yeah,
it's not gonna save you.
Well, and we also know, from our experience of watching the show, 1 week you just never know. Like, Trinity Taylor's in the bottom, and now she's an all-star. So you know what I mean? Like, so you can't really judge it on a week by week. I think you can kind of tell though too, and you could tell even when they were picking teams, which we'll get to in a second. Sorry. You can kind of tell who they
are friends with.
I think you can tell who they're friends with and who they know, or who they're familiar with. You know what I mean? Because I think you're going to pick somebody that you at least feel comfortable doing a scene with. So then after she lined everybody up, then Vivian and Scaredy were told they were going to be the leaders of the two groups, and they were the main challenge was Downton Draggy. So it's a scandalous tale of intrigue and willpower versus a scandalous tale of willpower and intrigue. I loved that. That's why I had to read it. So the teams ended up being Vivian's team, which was her, Vinegar, Baga, and some Ting Wong. And then Team Scaredy Cat was Scaredy Cat, Davina, Blue, Crystal, and Cheryl. Cheryl being chosen last.
Or Crystal was chosen last.
Now I have to say,
no. Yeah, Crystal was Crystal was yeah.
Yeah, because she was that person or whatever.
Because she's not from the UK.
Well, yeah. I would say, like, during the whole rehearsals, my girl that I picked from day one has been like
Blue?
killing it.
Baga.
Oh,
okay.
She was the one that literally made me like LOL.
Same
and
here.
she didn't take it seriously, so when she messed up, she didn't get in her head about it. She's like, okay, well, how can I play that in character? You know? And it wasn't supposed to be perfect. It was supposed to be funny. So her rehearsal had Michelle dying, had me dying, probably had the cameraman dying, and the editing room dying when they put it together.
Right.
So, like I told y'all, she's gonna win.
I think I'm feeling more and more that way as well.
She's gonna be one of those top runners.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell that they like her too.
Right.
You can really tell. Ollie?
Well, I know you were going to ask us like about how any queens, any.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ask the question real quick.
Okay,
so I could
thank
answer.
you. Yes, so thank you, Ali. So I said this beforehand. I was going to ask them. So because we did the last time I was here was the Meet the Queens. I wasn't here last week. So from when we did the Meet the Queens, and we were judging them just on those 30-second interviews, who that you've been watching now, 2 episodes in, your opinion has changed dramatically from the Meet the Queens?
For me, it's probably Baga. Like, I always expected her to do very well, but I wasn't excited to see her perform. But this episode, I'm eating my words because I'm like, damn, she killed it.
Yeah.
And even last week with her Amy Winehouse, the Queen look, she killed it there.
Yeah.
She's killed it. I can't even remember anyone's real other performance other than hers, maybe Crystal's, but she is, I see where Jayla's coming from. She's definitely a front runner, and don't sleep on Baga. I'm not going to sleep on you, Baga. You're killing it so far.
Right.
Jayla? Because she was you and I both had said that we liked her a lot in the Meet the Queen.
I just liked her, but now I like a fan of hers.
Right.
Also, I would say Crystal. She was kind of like she gonna.
Yeah,
be
we
on the
didn't really
show.
talk about her much.
But
in Meet the Queen.
but now like seeing her on this when she had more camera time, a little bit more confessional, she's funny as hell. So I'm like, okay, I like her. And then I feel like Blue and Crystal kind of got like switched.
I was just about to say Blue because I was so excited to see like her makeup and what she was going to bring to the competition, and now she's kind of, I'm almost forgetting about Blue. Like I'm always like thinking about her Instagram and her following and whatnot, but her performance, maybe she's not like I'm sure.
But we've seen that in the U.S. too. The Instagram girls always go first.
Like I mean, she wasn't in lip sync, which we'll talk about, but I'm almost forgetting Blue. She's fading into the background.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking of who Something Wong, I think I gave a kind of a bad talking to at the Meet the Queen, and I think she's probably better than I thought that she was going to be, so she's kind of surprised me. I don't know that she'll make it to the end, but I definitely have a more positive opinion of her than I did from the Meet the Queen.
Yeah.
Did you like her last week?
I did like her last week. I really did. I really did.
Won.
And I really did think she should have won. And then Vinegar too. I did talk about Vinegar at the Meet the Queen. Then I said I really didn't like her look, but I did say that I liked what she had to say. I like what she stands for. I like her reason for doing drag. And that is definitely being more proven that I was getting the right vibe from that. So those were the two that kind of stood out to me from that. Thank you for reminding me of that, Ollie. Do you think the division of the, I mean, obviously they picked, so it doesn't really matter if we think it was fair, but what did you think about the balance of the team?
It was
teams?
right. Like,
yeah, it was interesting because I felt like it was more so like there's an age difference with each. I think a lot of the quote unquote season queens were on the Vivian's team, like Vinegar, Vivian, Baga, something. Whereas like there was a younger scaredy cat, younger queens.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when she picked Blue, Baga was still up there. And I was shocked that she didn't pick Baga. I think because she picked Vinegar, so it would have been she picked Scaredy picked Davina first, then she picked Vinegar, then she picked Blue. Didn't she pick Blue next? Because she said I need another twink on the team.
Oh right.
And then she picked Baga. Yeah. So that surprised me that she let Baga go. Because I think if Baga was on her team, it might have changed things.
It's hard picking because you don't. Maybe there was a reason of not picking someone who's gonna like stand out.
Or
you never know. You have to really. You have to be strategic with like some
predetermined picks too.
Right.
Very true. Very true.
You know, certain things were set up for the show.
Yeah. True. And I think that I think looking at it, I think everybody kind of knew. I mean, I will say this 100%, and I say this whenever, and I do watch college football, and I know some people are falling out of their chairs.
You watch college football?
I know people are falling out of their chairs right now hearing me say that. But I'm very big proponent of underdogs. Like I love underdogs. So I really was hoping, like there was a part of me that was like, I hope Scaredy Cat's team does well. Like I really did genuinely did think that because
the way it was set up.
Not because
because
I wanted Scaredy Cat to stay, but I just thought it would, because I do think it helps those more seasoned queens when they're brought down a peg.
Yeah.
So it just would be a nice twist. All right. So then we'll get we'll talk about more about the actual videos. But so they came out on the runway. Category was Bond Girl Glamorama.
Yes.
Guest judge, I'm going to throw to Ollie because I didn't know who Maisie Williams was, and Ollie's going to tell everybody who she is.
Maisie Williams is an extremely talented actor. She's known best on Game of Thrones. Ooh, the lip sync of it all. I love it. She portrays Arya Stark. She's also coming. I think she's going to be in New Mutants, right, Jayla? If that's ever released.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that later.
For another podcast.
Speaking of mutants,
she's amazing.
Let's go through all of these wonderful Bond costumes.
Yes.
And let's talk about the tops and the flops, honey.
Yes, please. Let's do.
So I want to go first.
Go ahead.
Because we're on mutants. I want to start with my tops. And one of my tops is Something Wong. And she has this look about her that's very X-Men. And it's very like Jubilee meets the Avengers Moondragon.
Mating is her.
Mating.
Right. And it was like a mix of those two. And I'm like a super Marvel fan, as you know. And when I saw it, I immediately got her reference for it because it was very like, X-Men-y. My second top was, my first top was the Vivian. When she was, that was the greatest way to open up
Serena Shart.
Yeah. And Grace Jones is happy that you did this. She's proud of you. I'm proud of you. It looks great. And then, of course, my girl Baga with her Liza Minnelli.
Laser Minnelli.
Yeah, Laser Minnelli. I would want to see this on an actual digital series.
Yeah.
If she was to get a digital series, let it be this.
Yeah. Bottoms.
The rest.
Yeah.
And my honorable mentions go to Blue and Davina.
Okay.
Well, going back to what you brought up earlier, I love that it's not all about there's some good costumes and everything. Like Vivian, like holy crap, it's so polished and so beautiful. But I love that you don't have to have the best costume. It's about having a good costume, but also incorporating the camp of the British
and the
drag.
execution.
Yeah, and just like having that stage presence. And I am biased. I love Scaredy Cat's little like kind of like Kitty Rogue, Amelia Earhart kind of like vibe going on.
Kitty Rouge.
Kitty Rouge.
Kitty Rouge.
My bad, y'all. Super
peu de
fun.
français,
And even
s'il
like
vous plaît.
I love seeing like Maisie Williams' reaction to some of the looks. I feel like she loved.
She did. She said she
was
loved
just like
Scaredy's.
yeah.
She said it was her favorite.
Yeah, and I love Baga. There was lots of fun. Vinegar, I was upset because her name's Miss F Tits. I'm like, where are the tits?
Yeah.
Where are the tits?
Miss F Tits.
But I did like it. I just wanted more tits.
Yeah.
You know, camp it up, go all
Like
the way.
take it to extreme. Yeah.
But there were some fun looks this week.
Yeah, they all did great with those, still.
My hands down number one was Davina De Campo.
Yeah.
Really?
For this challenge, for the actual runway, she was Paris Eat 'em all. I just, when she came around, it was like the only one that I really went, oh shit. Like, I don't know. I just thought she just really, really looked good. She actually, just her coming around the corner really changed my opinion of her as well.
Yeah,
and
she's
she
an
did
honorable
really well in
mention.
the challenge. I think she's kind of a dark horse that I think will, if she can get out of her head, I think she could do really well. But hands down, like, of all, like, I always think too is which one would I want to wear?
Yeah,
and hers was
exactly.
the one that I wanted to wear.
I like it, but it's a little tits and ASCII or whatever. The Shea Coulee and what's her name?
Who?
The
Shea
girl
Coulee?
who won, the Rose girl.
Oh,
Sasha Velour.
Sasha Velour,
Sorry,
yeah.
Sasha Velour and Shea
Oh, a little
Coulee.
bit, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
where's the-
it gives me that, so it's cute.
And here's my thing. I agree, Vivian. This is the vibe I'm getting with Vivian. The Vivian is the Vivian, like the Ohio State University. Thank you very much. It's kind of like giving me this Chad Michaels, where it's like, I know you're gonna look good, but I just want something more.
Almost too polished.
Yeah, and I don't know, and I know that it's not fair to say that at times, but I just want there to be, like, I would rather, and I really liked Vinegar too, because it was, and I just thought it was something, I thought it looked like something that you would see
be
in
in
the
Bond,
movie.
in a Bond movie.
Absolutely. I do agree. I think she should have had bigger titties.
But look at the way she executed the runway, like the way she let the fabric move.
No,
with
I'm not
her.
saying that. I'm just saying, like, again, like, she looked really great, but beyond, like, ultimately, drag isn't just about a costume. It's not just about makeup. Makeup can get better. Costumes, you can make more money and buy a nicer costume. It's the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. Like, I think that's why those are the criteria, because if you wanted to be makeup and hair and costume and shoes, like, then it would be a different competition.
Well, I do have to say that Davina's character for the runway did give me more Bond girl than Vivian.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, shout out to Crystal. We always forget about Crystal. And didn't she win? Did she? Or no, she didn't win.
They gave her good
But she
comments.
got, like, yeah. I liked her look a lot. I liked the makeup.
I didn't like it as much as everybody else did. I don't know. There was something about it. To me, it looked kind of... And I do want to make a comment about this, because Cheryl Hole, when she came out, said she was sporting Met Gala realness. And I don't know what Met Gala she's going to. Maybe Pet Gala. But
She was 00 dipshits.
Double O dipshits. It just, when she took it off and then she's in that bathing suit underneath, looked like.
Yeah, her nipples were out.
And
there
the
was no
dress
kid.
was really short. It just didn't, I was like, this is not Met Gala, girl. I don't know what Met Gala you went to. Ollie mentioned this earlier, but just going to remind you again, we always sit here and rate the queens. It's your turn to rate us. So please go to iTunes and rate us 5 stars if you have a moment.
And if you have anything to say negative, still give us 5 stars. We love to see
say
it.
bad things, but then click 5 stars. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the only way we'll read it.
So it ended up Team Slag, which was Vivian's team. Did Scaredy Cat's team come up with a name? I don't hear that if they said it. I know it was discussed when Rue was in the room with the other team.
The losing team.
So the losing team, Scaredy team was on the bottom. Team Slag was on top, and Bag of Chips won the overall win for that. Then when they got back to the workroom, there was a little drama because Cheryl starts doing her damage control. What did you guys think of that? Covering up how she talked about Something Wong on the runway, because Something Wong wasn't there.
I didn't care about it because Something Wong gave her beautiful Emmy-worthy story and her liberation. So that's all I really care about. They're trying to throw salt on her. So I didn't really care about what else happened.
It was kind of a running theme the whole episode was that Cheryl talked too much and that she was getting on the Vivian's nerves.
They just
but
need another Silky. That's all.
Yeah, I disagree with that whole thing. Like, what's wrong? Like, I feel like we haven't even seen a whole lot of Cheryl. I feel like we're getting so much of Baga, so much of the Vivian. You know, like, I feel like if anyone, it's those two who are talking too much. And
my first, because at the beginning of the episode, she says something right after they do the mirror moment about how Cheryl keeps talking, and there were all these comments about how she keeps talking, and maybe we're not seeing what happens the entire time. But I had the same thought where I went, is she really talking that much? Because it didn't seem that way to me. And usually they will show her talking a lot before they show a clip like that. So it kind of caught me off guard. So I wasn't, it just seemed a little weird. I feel like they're setting it up.
Well, they needed to kind of fill in the like 45 minutes of an episode.
I'm enjoying, actually. It's like a quick little untucked. Like, we don't get the full 30 minutes of like nothing.
Correct.
Kind of like random banter, which is kind of like just it's like feels forced. Whereas this, this felt a little forced, honestly. Yeah. But I enjoy seeing them kind of like just breathe for like a couple minutes.
A hot second.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Blue feeling isolated? That was kind of an interesting moment.
Well, do you agree with like them just kind of like having a winning team, or judging them as individuals? Because I think that's more.
Well, I think it kind of goes on who they want to go home.
That's true.
Yeah.
So if they wanted something wrong to go home, they would have judged him individually.
Yeah. It's interesting. This was an interesting episode.
Yeah, very. So they did the lip sync to Venus by Bananarama. It was Scaredy Cat and Blue. Ended up being in the bottom. Cheryl made it by the skin of her teeth.
I don't understand how.
Did you agree with that bottom two?
No. I agree with the bottom two. I don't agree with the lip sync.
You thought that Blue should have went home? Mm-hmm. Really?
Based off the lip sync, she didn't do anything. She sang the chorus, and then Scaredy was actually doing stuff or actually saying the words. Blue goes to the back. She does the runway. She does this jump up, and then goes to her knees. Yeah. And I was like, girl.
And then didn't it show like someone go like,
Rue?
Yeah, Rue. I was like, all right.
I've been disappointed with Blue thus far, unfortunately.
Yeah,
and
I knew she wanted. When she said Blue, I said, "Oh, bullshit!" I was really mad. Yeah, I said it out loud.
I just felt like scared. There were times I felt like Scaredy didn't know the words. So I always think
Blue didn't know the words because she was doing all that twirling and all that because she couldn't.
But every time they kept cutting to Scaredy, it looked like she didn't know the words, and I don't know, maybe they were just showing her not know the words so they could send her home. I don't know, but I felt like Scaredy Cat, you could tell that it was the first time she's performed on the stage.
That's awesome.
I like this.
Oh, see, you really did.
Dun, 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 dun. Let's make it a gift. Let's make it a gift. Dun, 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 dun. She's got it. Yeah,
it's okay. We'll see you on
I don't know.
All-Stars.
I felt it was appropriate that she should go home.
She's young.
I just felt like, and I think that it was because Blue's been doing it for a long time. I think it's worth giving her another chance.
I feel like what it was is that we kind of already know Scaredy Cat. The storyline was Scaredy Cat. Scaredy Cat's the baby.
Yeah.
Scaredy has a girlfriend.
And she has room to grow.
Yes, exactly. Maybe in All-Stars, but I feel like she doesn't have a storyline other than that, and we need a Blue episode. We need to find out her, and but I'm looking forward to seeing Cheryl lip sync finally. I really want to see that.
Yeah.
But all
right.
We'll
so the one other mirror moment, I guess, that we should talk about is that when Scaredy Cat, Vinegar, and Something Wong are getting ready and they start to discuss their coming out stories and who knows, their family, this and that. October 11th was National Coming Out Day, by the way, so appropriately timed. Way to go, RuPaul's Drag Race. It was interesting. It is a very different world. Vinegar was saying about Scaredy Cat. I mean, I think even for you, because you're a lot younger than I am, I didn't come out till I was 23 or so. But like just knowing, like when I hear people say they were out in like high school, to me that's just mind blowing. Like I just can't even fathom it. So kudos to Scaredy Cat. I do think that we're in a world now too where it doesn't matter if you're gay or straight. Like the titles, I feel like are going to eventually disappear. It's like you just are with who you want to be with. Like it doesn't matter. You don't have to explain yourself anymore. So it was interesting. And then Something Wong was talking about, just her Asian culture and coming out to them, and Vinegar being from the Caribbean and African American and dealing with it. So it was just
levels of intersectionality that affect them way differently than someone who is Caucasian and them being queer. It's a completely different construct, especially with their families.
Absolutely.
And traditional values. So I love that. I was really looking forward to hearing their stories in particular.
I thought it was, for me, it was, I appreciate those kind of moments because I do think, and I say this all the time, what are these queens going to do with this platform now that they're, have an opportunity to, be in the spotlight for the queer community. And so I have no doubt Vinegar will be one of those people like Nina West, who is just going to be out there and just doing what she can to better the community.
Right.
I hope Scaredy Cat. I worry when the younger ones, because I even know when I was younger, you just have a different way of thinking and priorities and stuff like that. I hope that it does make them all want to do more. And every queen that's been on the show, by the way, that's not just UK girls. So, but okay. So I just want to make sure we talked about that. So we'll get quickly into our segments, if we can, at this moment in the show.
Yes.
We don't have fan of the week because Jackie is not here. We're not.
But we're all fans of the week.
But congratulations! You're all fans of the week. My quote of the week, I had to give to somebody who wasn't even on the show this week. But it was her mirror message, was Gothy when she wrote, "I'm the UK's pork chop."
Yes.
I do miss her.
I really laughed. That was one of the moments I laughed out loud. I was like, okay, that's some funny shit.
Yeah.
And we need a photo of Gothy and pork chop together now. I just thought it was really funny, so I had to give it to
Miss
Gothy.
Kendall.
Definitely.
Yeah, Miss Kendall. Miss Kendall. And Miss Ollie, do you have a local queen that you want to talk about?
Keeping it in the theme, I did have one of Gothy's family members, drag family members. So this week, now that Scaredy Cat is sent home, I do want to shout out her girlfriend, Pussycat.
Good for you.
Because she's a drag queen. They're in a relationship. They're going to have drag babies, I'm sure, one day. So shout out to Pussycat. Because I was looking at captions and it said Pussycat, but it's actually Pussycat.
Yeah,
so
I think that's what she says in the show too.
Yeah, it's Pussycat and Scaredy Cat. So I just want to shout out to her, and it just goes to show that drag is for everyone. You just don't have to just be a gay man.
Yeah.
Drag's for everyone.
I'm in drag right now.
I'm just in boy drag.
We're born naked and everything else is drag, as
drag.
some wise woman once said. All right, so real quick, some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
I just want to remind you guys, if you haven't yet, please tune in every Thursday afternoon for RuPaul's Drag Race News Weekly with yours truly. They've been on, I put them on my Instagram, they're on YouTube, they're on the AfterBuzz TV Instagram, they're on Twitter, so go through, watch them. I think they're all pretty relevant. Nothing kind of gets old, I guess. It's all kind of stuff that's going on in case you...
News Weekly.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you lock us out of the studio. So
It's the Mark J. Freeman spinoff.
Set out. One other thing I wanted to bring up, news-wise, that is not in my news and got my news weekly was I saw this. I don't know if you guys saw this week. Tyra Sanchez's apology letter.
I have.
I just thought we should mention it and discuss if we wanted to.
Well, I would do the same thing if I see how much Drag Race is expanding globally. And if you're being blackballed, you're blackballed globally. Yeah. So get it right today and get your money, Tyra.
Yeah, I think her Twitter was King Tyra Sanchez.
Yeah.
If you want to see the letter, she tweeted it out, and just check it out. It's her just kind of giving her apology to fans and people for her missteps that she's made.
And we love a queen who can say, you know what, I fucked up. And let's start over.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what she does.
Amen.
I hope she means it.
She was one of my favorites, so thank you.
Yeah.
You finished preparing
I
for
don't know what
That just is.
Oh, okay. I was like, piano music.
Sorry about that.
That's
That
okay.
was an ad from the website that had the article.
Totally fine. Also, I just want to mention, I talk about this in the Drag Race News Weekly, is Raja and Raven are back on Fashion Photo Review.
Okay, that's been years.
Monday mornings at 9 a.m. on Wow Presents YouTube channel. You can see there. I watched this past last week's episode. It's really cute. They haven't been together since May 2018. Can you believe it? Yeah, they've had fill-ins all that time. Also, Trixie has a new YouTube series, Trixie Cosmetics TV. And also check out Wet n Wild Presents with Raven on... it's on the Wow Presents YouTube channel as well.
So much content.
Yeah, a lot going on. And so before we go, guys, some predictions. I was just going to ask you guys, if you have a top 2.
Your
I don't want to put too much pressure on you, so I don't want to give you like the top 4, top 3. Let's just do 2.
So like realistically, or what we want to see.
Let's do what we want. Let's do what we want.
Do you want to go first? Well,
In a perfect
I-
world, if you got control of it.
If I had control, I have made my decision. Send them all home. I'm the winner. No, my top 2 have to go to, and maybe they can change each week.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to my girl Bagga.
Yeah.
And I want to give it to my girl, the Vivian.
Okay.
Bagga and the Vivian. I'll give it to you.
Miss Ali?
I want to give it to Bagga, and this is going to be shocking. I want to see Cheryl. Like, I really do like Cheryl.
Okay.
Regardless of what anyone says, I want to see her perform, and I want to see her improve and be funny because I know she has it in her. So, Bagga and Cheryl for top 2.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say Bagga just because you both said Bagga, but I do like Bagga. She'll be my number 3. But I'm gonna just give a shout out to 2 others because I'm 2 people that I would love to see rise to the top and be in the finals, just based on what I've been seeing. Vinegar Strokes and Davina De Campo.
Okay. And Nakia in the chat agrees with me. She says top 2, Bagga and the Vivian. We're on the same page, girl.
They're going to be in the bottom next week. No.
All right. I'm going to come here with a sad face. Or
Sorry,
actually,
I wasn't
come
even.
at all.
I was staring at my outline the whole time, so I apologize to everybody that I wasn't in the chat room reading everything.
okay.
I'll go ahead and read it when I get home and
Thank you,
laying on the bed with the
Nakia.
doggies. Anything else we need? We have 37 seconds. Anything else that that we didn't talk about that you're like, Mark, you didn't talk about this. When's Jackie coming back?
Yeah, well, Mark, you didn't talk about it. When's Jackie coming back? How's that?
Wait, Jackie,
How's
the sad part is Jackie sent us some notes she wanted to.
I did. I got
Did
it.
you?
I did
Oh, okay,
two
good.
of the 3 were in there. One of them I didn't get to, but that's okay.
Mark?
Yes, exactly. We need to make that into a song. Vito, I need your help on this. We need to make this into a song. We have to find a way. All right, you guys, tell everybody where they can find you on the social medias.
Hey guys, you can follow me on Instagram and the Twitter at OllieDreamer.
And you can watch me flex it for the gram. Follow me at WhoIsJaylaRocks. That's 2 X's 3 if you nasty.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, LORAYNE LOVE. And every Thursday for RuPaul's Drag Race News Weekly on the AfterBuzz Instagram. I do share it on mine as well, though. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll all be back, hopefully, next week.
Yes,
I don't think we have any
house.
conflicts, so we'll all be here, the 4 of us in the house. So be ready for it. Mwah! Love you guys. See you next week.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.